So y'all were on the water when the storm came through. Can you tell me what was going on in your head when the storm suddenly hit?
Get prepared. We were expecting heavy weather. We knew it was going to be windy. We'd done really well in the race. The boat was working great, and we had the finish line in sight. And it hit, literally in what seemed like 2 minutes from the time we saw it at the bridge. The wind had piped up. It was building even heavier. We had eased the sails and were trying to maintain steerage and control of the boat. Because of the way the speed that it came on to us, there were, our life jackets were down below. We had all of us on the rail trying to keep the boat upright, so there was nobody that we could sacrifice to go down below and grab those things right then. When the first worst part of it hit us, it broached the side of the sailboat, laid us over onto our side. Everything was eased. The sheets were out so that there was no power from the sails, but the wind pressure itself was actually holding the boat over for a few moments. The boat righted itself after it came back up. Tony took the helm and I began trying to get the sails down completely. Got steerage again, and we're maintaining against the wind and the waves, going back upwind again when we got knocked down a second time. During that time, as it was beginning to come back up, that's when we saw there was another boat that was to windward of us. It was a bigger sailboat that was still under full sail, heading in our direction. And for a moment, there was a thought that crossed my mind that these guys were coming over to heave to and to offer assistance. Maybe they had saw that we had been knocked down, but they kept coming faster and closer. And finally, Rob yelled, "They're going to hit us!" And then they did. As our boat was righting itself, coming back up, they impacted the hull and the side of our boat on the left side of theirs, the right side of ours, and drove the rig down and underneath their boat, and ours hung underneath theirs for a bit, and suddenly our boat took off and accelerated with their boat's speed. So it was a much larger, much heavier boat, and as soon as they entangled with ours, suddenly ours took off. These two were in the water at that point. I was still on the deck of on the hull of the boat, and it began leaving them, sailing away or dragging both the boats away from where they had gone into the water as they were yelling for the life ring to be thrown from that boat.